Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. So I've got another article for you today. 7 outdated Gen X behaviors that might be making you an exhausting person to deal with. This is by Lachlan Brown. At least the last name is normal. Lachlan. I can't say I've ever heard that name before. So what do they have to say about Gen X and why we're intolerable? Is that what they're trying to get at? Let's be real. Every generation has its quirks, while Gen Xers born between 65 and 80, woohoo, I made it, are often praised for their independence, resilience, and no-nonsense attitude. There are some habits that just haven't aged well. Get out of here. You keep remaking all of our childhood favorites for your benefit. Just wanting to point that out. Was Stranger Things like intolerable, or did you enjoy watching our childhood on screen? Because apparently they're not making anything for your childhood as of yet. Because it'd just be a bunch of people sitting there like this. Oh, hell no. Who wants to watch that? Get a bike, go out in the world. If you're a Gen Xer or just someone who picked up these traits, it might be time for a little self-awareness check. Oh, bring it. These outdated behaviors could be making you a bit exhausting to be around. Here are 7 of them. It's always got to be numbers with these people. 1, consistently reminding people how tough things used to be. Used to be, like, it's always tough. Like, no, this was our parents. I had to go uphill in 3 feet of snow and negative 20 degrees to go to school with no shoes. That was what we grew up with. Times are so tougher with your parents. Is that the argument that you're making? We get it. You grew up without smartphones because we were already smart. You had to rewind cassette tapes with a pencil. And nobody coddled your feelings. No, you didn't rewind the cassette tape with the pencil. You hit rewind on the cassette player. If the tape came out of the cassette tape, you used a pencil to put it back in. That's not rewinding. Clearly, you don't pay attention. But if you keep bringing up how much harder life was back then, it can come off as dismissive. Okay, keep whining, you little shit. Number 2, thinking being emotionally closed off is a strength. Oh no, I don't go crying in the cooler at work because I have an 8-hour shift. That's not emotionally being closed off. It's called being a man. You should try it. Gen X was raised during a time when talking about emotions wasn't really encouraged. The suck it up and deal with it mindset was everywhere. Because you didn't have options. There was no safe space. You know what your safe space was? Your home, where you went because you paid your bills, doing your fucking job. But today, being emotionally available isn't seen as weak. It's seen as healthy. There's nothing healthy about this behavior. Nothing. If you shut down emotional conversations, make jokes when someone opens up, or never share what you're really feeling, people might find it hard or exhausting to connect with you at a deeper level. Are you trying to fuck me? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't want to go any deeper than where we're already at, okay? Keep your deepness to your other guy friends. Over-relying on sarcasm or cynicism. That's not over-relying, it's called coping. It's how we deal with incredibly horrible, shitty situations. By making a joke about it instead of taking it seriously and having a fucking mental breakdown. Sarcasm was practically the Gen X love language, and sure, it can be funny, but too much of it, especially when used to dodge vulnerability or avoid serious topics, starts to wear people out. Stop being a pussy. Treating technology like the enemy. You try dealing with a new fucking cell phone. If your go-to reaction to anything new is, ugh, I don't get TikTok. What is there to get? It's like 7-second clips of people doing horribly stupid stuff for no fucking reason whatsoever. Did anybody else notice that China gave us the shitty TikTok and their kids are accelerating in education with their TikTok? Nobody fucking noticed this at all? Or kids these days are always glued to their screens. It's time to take a breath. Yeah. This guy clearly did not read The Anxious Generation, which clearly outlines the downfall of the new generation, Gen Z, and how screen time has totally fucked over everyone. Yeah. Technology isn't the problem. Resistance to change is. Change is not always good. That's why you have a progressive movement and a conservative movement. The things that work, we should keep. The things that don't work, we should change. There's a balance here, and nobody wants to fucking balance a goddamn thing. If this thing is working, don't change it. Conservatism. Something is broken, fix it. But no, even the progressives, they don't want to fix anything. They just want to tear shit down and then come up with a plan afterwards that might eventually work. Kind of like communist states. Let's go on. Number 5, believing hard work is all that matters. No, I am Gen X. And I do not believe this because this argument, which we were taught, we are now learning, is bullshit. And we do not send this message out. Gen X is big on the grind. No, we are not. We are tired of the fucking grind. Clearly, you are not paying attention. Hard work, keep your head down, and you'll succeed. That was the motto. Was. We learned since then. I'm not reading the rest of that, so let's go on to number 6. Clinging to rigid gender roles. Here we go. This one might sting a little. Some Gen Xers grew up with a very clear idea of what men and women should do. Men fix stuff, women nurture, etc. Wow, he finally said something that was true. Now he's going to shoot himself in the foot. But those lines have blurred a lot. If you still make jokes about man flu, expect women to handle all the emotional labor, or think stay-at-home dads are odd, you're showing your age in a way that's draining for others. This could be a totally separate video, but yeah, women in the workplace hasn't really worked out all that well. You cut wages in half by doubling the workforce. So this is why you can't find a man to support you at home, especially when you do actually have a baby. And you can't pay the bills because you're not going to work while he's going to work, but he's not making enough money to support you while you're on your, I don't really want to go back to work because now I have a baby that needs me. Oh, I have to go back to work because my man doesn't make enough money. If women got together and just stopped going to work, guess what? There'd be a lot of men out there that could support you because there'd be a short supply of workers. The math is simple. You fucked us out of the society that you keep saying that you want. I have a bachelor's degree and 6-figure income. I can't find a man who does more than that. You did it to yourselves. Assuming silence equals strength. You get called into HR. They start asking you various questions about certain things you're not really sure as to what the fuck is going on. Best case scenario, keep your mouth shut. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of HR. That also goes for cops. Don't talk to cops. They'll get mad. They'll keep saying shitty things to you. They'll try to antagonize you. Keep your fucking mouth shut and then call a lawyer afterwards. This old school belief that the strong silent type is the ideal is fading. Nobody cares what you have to say. Not everybody's opinion is good or has value. Most people's opinions don't have any value. Healthy relationships need communication. That's not... what is this guy referring to exactly? Whether it's your partner, your kids, or your coworkers, bottling things up doesn't make you noble. It makes things harder. You might think that you're being mature by not burdening others with your feelings, but in reality, it just leads to distance, confusion, or even resentment. Final thoughts. My final thoughts. This guy. Lachin Brown. Can't look him up either, but yeah, this guy does not really have a good future ahead of him. No, he should be learning from the previous generations because the current things that they say we're supposed to do are not working at all. Yeah, why is everybody seeing a therapist and yet nobody has any progress? Why is everybody on fucking meds but nothing ever changes? Clearly the bullshit that is being fed, for one, the two things that I just mentioned are moneymakers, right? If I cure this person of whatever ails them, whether it's medical or psychological, I stop getting a paycheck. Just saying, pointing out the obvious that nobody ever seems to consider. So yeah, outdated? No, perhaps a lot of this stuff should be adopted. That would be my argument. Making you an exhausting person to deal with. Nobody's forcing you to deal with anyone, you shit. Good God. Why don't you mind your own fucking business? You forgot that one. Minding your own fucking business. That's one that should have been on the list, but that's probably too exhausting too. Keep on typing.